Testing the volume. Let's see.
Yeah.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, looks like I have to put the music lower. It's a bit hard to tell how to balance. Hopefully it should be fine. Music isn't that important. Hello to whoever's looking in. Feel free to let me know how you're doing in the chat. Some of these windows are really bright on my face, which does not look good for the camera, so I will probably look at them after instead. Hello there, Classy. Oh, Kiasi. The lowercase is Kiasi. Well, what would you like for your reading? I should actually get up the page that tells me what the queue is to keep track for when there are more people in the queue. What would you like a reading on? What do you need to know in regards to your life? Alright. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Rider-Waite deck, and I will also pull one from this one, the Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck, for you. Do I already know you from somewhere, or have you just popped in from seeing my stream? Because I feel like there are people who I come across in streams and then I don't know who they are because of their username. So feel free to let me know where I may know you from. You just popped in? Nice. Alright. Just shuffling the cards here for you. Ah, I see. Well, thank you for joining. I haven't streamed in a long time. I used to do writing streams and then I stopped. And then now I'm starting again to do tarot streams. Oh, a few cards flew out for you. So we have the, oh, don't want it to be too shiny. There we go. Ace of Cups. We also have the Empress, and we have Strength. So I'm seeing right now I'm feeling like there's someone in your life, a feminine figure in your life, who you may be coming across basically an emotional breakthrough soon. Not a breakdown, a breakthrough. So positive in terms of emotional release when it comes to your perception of this person in your life. And yes, it will be a very positive moment for you because of the Strength card. Because we had the Ace come out first, then the Empress, and then the Strength card. So I see it as sort of a journey for you, an emotional new beginning, which is the Ace of Cups. The Empress can represent a figure in your life who does embody nurturing and a feminine sort of maybe appearance or place in your life. And then Strength being sort of an outcome, in a sense, a overarching theme of the situation. And we were going to pull one as well for the Oracle cards. Yep, one card. So we got from the Archangel, it's backwards on the screen, which I might look into. But classes. So learning and teaching are part of your higher calling. I believe this is speaking about the person in question for this reading. There's someone, a figure who represents the Empress for you in your life, who may be some sort of teacher, someone you learn from, or even someone you just interact with on that basis of education, of learning and teaching. Yes, it will be a positive outcome because of the Strength card, and because Ace of Cups represents a overwhelming positive emotion. So it's an overwhelming emotional new beginning for you. So it will be very nice for you, which is good. I'm glad to be able to tell you that. Well, we'll have a look. Is the Empress card referring to your mother? Which, could be, if you said, as you said, could be your mother as well, for teacher figure. But we'll have a look at the cards and see what they say. So is the Empress referring to the mother? Okay, I got the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So, Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So it's someone who has a strong influence around monetary things in your life. Someone who may look after things based on your finances or material possessions, I suppose. Not necessarily in a negative way, just as a quality that, there's a lot of pentacles here. So pentacles are typically associated with finance, wealth, material objects. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles tells me it's someone who has some sort of connection. Why does that card scare you? Oh. Well, this one is not so scary looking. She's just sitting in her chair with a pentacle. And it is someone who cares very deeply about you because she's looking very caringly at the pentacle itself. So, at least in this case, shouldn't be someone, unless you consider that association with your own cards to be meaningful. So here, she's a bit gentler. Yeah, that seems about right then. Well, it's a good reading about you and your mum. Something positive, some sort of emotional release that's going to strengthen things. Is it like diagnosis-y, or you can try ask and I can tell you whether or not it's okay. I won't be upset about it if you do ask, because you've said that you're not sure. Sorry if that flashbanged you. Just opened something and it was all white. Yeah, it is a little bit diagnosis-y. So something quite like connected to her actual condition. So I think that's not something I'll be able to or feel comfortable reading. But I do hope that she is going to be okay, because that is an unfortunate situation to be in. I'm sorry to hear that she's in that situation as well. Yeah, a lot of tarot readers tend to say they can't do things like crisis-based medical. Hi, Waffles. Thanks for joining. But yeah, medical stuff tends to be very difficult and quite risky to read for, so that would be why. Also, I'm trying to work out, I did see that message, Waffle, so I'm trying to work out how I'm supposed to interact with it, because it doesn't look like I can do anything in Stream Labs. But then when I open Twitch on my browser, it doesn't have the history of the chat. Maybe if I look at the dashboard. Or the stream manager. Wait. I did it. I was able to ban and delete it. Okay, cool. Now I've learnt. I've learnt the way of getting... I just saw your message. Oh my god, streamer house. I said that to Sizer as well. So when she's gonna get her streaming up, so then we can have our streamer house. I did see, Waffles, that you have not streamed since last year. Sumi streamed 2 days ago, so he's safe. What's a stream anyway? Right. We need to bring back the streamer house. Rebuild the streamer house. Hello, Telepath Matt. Welcome to the stream. Since there's not many of you here, you can just ask me if you would like a tarot reading and I will read for you. I don't really do legal, financial and medical or anything that would require more of a professional opinion about. And it's not really in my purview or expertise to do that. And if you would like to use a bit more of the mechanical stuff, you can do an exclamation mark and join, or send the command to join. And that puts you in a queue that I can see on my end, so then I can keep track. But a small group, so you're more than welcome to just put in the chat if you would like a reading. And that goes for you too, Waffles, even if you don't. I don't know what you really think of tarot and stuff, but if you want a reading, then you can ask. You can ask a specific question, you can ask for a general reading, you can ask for a specific deck as well. So I have the Rider-Waite deck, which is considered the classic deck. I also have this one, Ethereal Visions. That's alright, Matt. Feel free to hang out. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for coming along. But if you do change your mind, just let me know, because I like doing readings. It gives me something to do in this stream. I also have these Angel Tarot cards. So, Angel Tarot. And they're gilded edges. Very pretty. So those are my tarot decks. I have oracle decks. This is the Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Yep, Doreen Virtue. So not in print anymore, I believe, since she kind of converted out of things, but that's a whole thing. I also have the Oracle of the Hecatean Path, and I have a few decks. Oh, actually no, I have another tarot deck as well. I have the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck, which could be fun. Let me actually grab that one. Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. Hello, Mademoiselle Krabaletta. Welcome to the stream. If you would like a tarot reading, just let me know, since there aren't many people here in the first place, so we don't really need to keep track of a queue, which I have set up anyway if you want to send the command join. Though, feel free to just let me know. I can do a general reading, a specific question. I have a range of decks. Amazing. Thank you. So there we go. A vibe check. A vibe check of like yourself, of your life, of what you're doing. You just want me to pull some cards and see what the vibe is? Alright. So I'm going to give the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck a go for you, because that's what my vibe. Okay, sure. I will shuffle the cards here. Hello Sizer, welcome to the stream. Oh, some cards already. That was fast. Let me know if you want a reading, Sizer. I can do one for you. You're at the gym. You're getting gains. Thanks for popping in then, even though you're at the gym. Mademoiselle, I have 2 cards for you right now. I'm just grabbing one more for you. And we will get to your reading. Oh, there we go. So, from our lovely Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck, we have the Hermit. We also have 6 of Intelligence, so the suits here are based on the Dungeons and Dragons stats. And also the Hierophant. So you seem like a very contemplative person. Someone who also knows you're very familiar with what you do. You seem very familiar. You put things like your actions that you take and the things that you do are intentional. And just as this hermit or this cloaked, robed person seems to be very intentional, very much knowing what they're doing, has the tools, uses the tools. Thanks, Isa. Enjoy your gym. Thank you. I will see how long I stream for, so hopefully you can join back. Six of Intelligence is telling me that right now you're making a move. There's a shift happening in your life right now. It is not one that's come suddenly. It's one you're very pointed at. It's very pointed, spiritual awakening. It's very much you're walking through a portal of sorts, moving from one world to another. I don't exactly know the exact correlations between these suits and the tarot, the standard suits, but I believe the Six of Intelligence can be compared to the Six of Swords in that you're moving from one to another, releasing something and emerging stronger. And just the Hierophant, it's just so connected to it's very, I find at least this depiction as well, very connected similarly to the Magician. Very I don't typically like using feminine and masculine, but a very like masculine version of like high priestess energy, in that it is like the Hierophant is the high priest. You have a sense of control and a sense of vision for where you want to go and what you want to do, and it is connected to a sense of spirituality, of course. See this Hierophant here, sitting, meditating, connecting to the higher worlds and the lower worlds. Not being afraid of being in the liminal, not being afraid of being in that space and embracing what comes your way. Through dreams. Dreams are a very beautiful way of connecting and experiencing things. The nice thing about this deck as well is that it has these nice statements in the guidebook. So I'll read from the guidebook too, because they are sometimes quite nice. Being a light unto yourself and finding your own way through the sorry, I stumbled on my words there. Being a light unto yourself and finding your own way through the darkness. You meet a monk who is looking for worthy adventurers to defeat a magical monster. And if we look at the Six of Intelligence, we can reach from that one too. Freeing yourself from burdens and old ways of thinking. A ghost approaches a member of the party claiming to be a long-dead relative. It seeks vengeance. And then let's look at the Hierophant. Let me know which deities are coming through in your dreams. Is Hecate part of that group? Or Hecate? The pronunciation goes both ways. And the Hierophant reads from this book: using spiritual understanding and wisdom to perceive the world. You find a holy book written by a wise sage that contains a cryptic secret hidden within it. So this is very spiritually. This reading is very spiritually connected, very much. Moving into a new stage and being that reliable, capable person. Chinese deities. So like Guan Yin. Underworld ones. I call myself like culturally Buddhist in a way, because my family goes to temple. Every Chinese New Year we do our offerings, we pray to the gods. Guan Yin is kind of our like patron Chinese deity of our household. Hi Daphne, it's nice to see you. And thank you for popping in as well. If you're sticking around, feel free to let me know if you would like a reading, and I'd be happy to do one for you. But yeah, as I was saying, Mademoiselle, I'm like culturally engaged, like culturally engaging with those gods. I don't consider myself a Buddhist, or I don't consider myself like I am an omnist, so I believe that all the gods exist. I just choose to worship in a specific religion. I see you there in the queue, Daphne, so I will get to you next. Yeah, that makes sense. Some people do like work more with deities rather than worship. Depends on their loosely using this word tradition. And you're very welcome for the reading. I would be more than happy to do another one for you later on if there isn't anyone else in the queue. For now, I will have a look to see what I can read for Daphne. So I'll read for Daphne, and Mademoiselle, if you want to stick around, you can join the queue again if you'd like. I don't mind, since it's only a small group. So Daphne, let me know, what would you like read? I can do a general reading, I could do a specific question, I could do a deity reading. You know what I mean by deity reading, but I can do whatever you would like. Thank you, and thank you for joining the stream as well and sticking around. If I can ask, where did you find me? Whether that was on Discord, whether that was on TikTok, whether it was just randomly on Twitch. Because it's interesting to know where people are joining in from. Okay, general reading. Let's see. Ah, that's really nice. I will have to check out your account too. Let me just grab it here so I remember. Alright. Yeah, I get that. You look around from time to time. Makes sense in that regard. I used to stream 3 years ago. I did a couple streams on like writing, so I was finishing my debut that I self-published. And then I didn't stream since then, but today I, decided I'm going to set up again. I'm going to do tarot readings. I'm going to practice my live tarot reading. And here we are. Alright. I am considering what deck feel like I always use the Dungeons and Dragons deck for you, Daphne, so I'm gonna use something else because I always do this one. Don't want to always do the same one. Let me just put this one back in the box. I also hope I passed your vibe check, mademoiselle. General reading will do general deck. Still checking. Okay. We'll do the Rider-Waite deck for you, and we'll also do Oracle. I'll also give you a pull from the Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck. Yeah. Alright. We are here to do a general reading for Daphne. So I would like to see whatever comes through to read for you. Oh, there's one. We'll do 3 cards. The nice number. While I'm shuffling, Daphne, can you give me a number between 1 and 44? Because I will draw you an oracle card based on your choice of number, which I've been trying recently for my own readings. Oh, there's number 2. 44. Okay, I guess that makes it easy because then I just go to the end. Also 44 is a bit of a auspicious number in some senses. I guess on the topic of Chinese culture and spirituality, it's not so much for that unless you count it as 8, which is an auspicious number in my culture. Oh, okay, never mind, I got 4 cards for you. So I will check that one in a second. I got the Ace of Swords, the Empress, the 8 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. My immediate thought when I looked at these cards is someone's here, which is, it's not meant to be a daunting, it's not meant to be a scary statement. It's just someone's here. Like in this reading. Because you always have very like strong deity connection around you whenever I read for you. The Empress coming up again. Do you associate the Empress with Dionysus's wife? How do you pronounce it? Ariadne? Let me double check. Ariadne. Let's double check the spelling on that, because I feel like I could have done a wrong syllable there. But yeah, let me know if you do associate the Empress with her, because I felt like it was someone, it's a deity who's close to you. And the Empress, considering like she has a crown of stars, it's like, you know, how close can you get with the symbolism, am I right? assigned to you a lot. Alright, I'm gonna pull a clarifier card for the Empress to see who or what, or basically what we're working with here. If you're joining into the stream, if you're tuning in, because I just saw the viewer count changed, then feel free to pop into the chat and say hi, and you can use the join command to join the queue for a tarot reading. Hello Scorpio Darkness, welcome to the stream. If you'd like a reading, then feel free to hit that join command and the bot will add you to a queue. Great. Alright. 5 of Cups. In that case, it's probably you, Daphne. In a light-hearted way, I'm saying that. Because it doesn't give off the sense of, in a sense, like a higher being, or doesn't give off an association with, in my intuition, doesn't give off an association with Dionysus or Ariadne. So aces are always new beginnings, or often new beginnings. I'm not going to use the words always and never. And you know, you may be familiar as a reader yourself, Daphne. The Ace of Swords can represent a new beginning, new starts, something you are grasping onto. Quite a positive card as well. Swords are related to truth, honesty, the element of air as well. Could be related to your travel, your plans that involve travel that I am aware of. And this reading is in regards to something that was a disappointment recently. So there's something that, okay, in my mind it's like, well, there's a lot of some things. There's a lot of some things that may have disappointed you recently. In particular, this is about holding on to finance, holding on to material possessions. And I feel like this is like reading the obvious. It's like fast movement and like this sense of holding on to possessions. And there's an event that has disappointed you recently in terms of this move, and it's sort of had you questioning your position, sort of this questioning the sense of being the Empress. But I'm wondering, because maybe if it is general, it's just picking up on your general energy in terms of how you've been feeling about moving, change. Yeah, like Knight of Cups, so movement, and then having to move, your emotions having to move with the movement that you are being put through. But I see the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, Temperance, being quite, and here I'm not reading reversals, which is why I'm turning it around, being quite positive in your regard. So something, I imagine that something new that you've already been putting into action emotionally, and it's something new in terms of you might hear something. So Ace of Swords, you might be hearing something soon that will be positive in regards to these feelings around disappointment, and also anticipation around this fast movement in regards to your finances and your material possessions. shuffling the angel cards to draw that number 44 for you. And a card also slipped out, so I'm going to read that one for you as well. If I were you, I would expect a communication soon. That would be positive in helping your situation. So typically if I were going to do the flippy of each number, it'd be like 1, 2, 3. But since you said 44, it'd be whatever's on the bottom of the deck. And yes, the camera is backwards, so I will read it out to you. We have a wonderful card here. Prosperity. Your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. Which makes sense to me. Incoming. Material. Incoming wealth. Incoming stability. Incoming tangible earnings. Prosperity. You also got have confidence in your creations. This card is giving off the sense that you might be a bit reactive at the moment in terms of things. You're looking at what you're working on and it's not like expecting in like a negative sense. It's just like you see something and you anticipate it showing results in a certain way. Though even if they don't show in the way that you imagine or in the way that is measured to what you may expect, you should have confidence, because this trust is going to really help, and it will allow you to more positively and constructively embrace the things that are coming your way, such as the prosperity and this new path and new communication. Maybe it's in terms of your ideas for career. Hi Neppy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Feel free to run the join command to be added to the queue for a reading. So we have Scorpio just ahead of you. I'm currently doing a reading for Cozy Tarot in the chat, and then if you'd like a reading, I can get to you soon. I can do general readings, specific questions, just avoiding finance, legal, medical, the usual in that sense. And I can do deity readings, probably strictly deity readings for the Hellenic gods. I'm a devotee of Hecate, so Hecate specifically I can do great reading. Well, I wouldn't say great. I have a stronger connection. Sabina, feel free to run the join command, just as Neppy has just done, and you can be added to the queue and I will be able to get to your question. But thank you for tuning in. Stick around and I'll be able to get to your one. Thank you for following as well. Thank you. I just didn't want to self-prescribe that I do great readings, but I do have a stronger connection with Hecate, and so my readings with her can perhaps resonate more. Anyway, I was saying, Daphne, this could be related to your career choices and something you've told me about your career, because at the bottom of the deck we have helping children. Bit shiny. Helping children. Part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. So that can be reassuring for you, considering what you've mentioned to me before. And it can relate to having confidence in your creations. Creations don't have to be physical artworks or like things that you're producing. It can just be things you are putting time and effort into. Sabina, if you would like a reading, feel free to type the exclamation mark join, you'll be added to the queue. Since these are free readings, I should open up Ko-fi as well. If you do send through Ko-fi and send for a donation, it can be any amount, I'm not asking for a specific one, then I will be able to put your request to the top of the queue. Do I practice lots? I've done tarot for 6 years, and I tend to read a lot for other people. I just tend to read by text a lot. So I like to sit down and type out my readings. I'm much better at articulating my words through writing than I am speaking, but it's something I'm working on, which is why I'm streaming to help me articulate readings like this. Because when I sit down, I can take time to actually write out what the readings are, and it's sort of like if I'm not actively speaking, then I'm actively able to think and allow messages to come through. But yeah, so I'm not exactly new, but we are always learning, I believe. Thank you as well, Neppy and Sailor Astro, for following, and feel free to pop in the chat, Sailor Astro, say hello if you'd like, and feel free to join the queue as well. But definitely, I hope that reading helped you. I feel like it was like stuff that it was a bit of a call out, but also reassuring, and that there are good things coming your way, and to continue trusting yourself and the choices you want to make. And if you want me to send you a picture of the helping children's card, because I feel like that's significant, the card about helping children and that being your part of your purpose, I can send that to you on Discord as well. Yes, affectionately kicked up the bum. So Scorpio Darkness, yeah, I'll send you a photo afterwards. I'd be more than happy to send. Yes, what would you like a reading about? Yes, thank you for sticking around and being patient. Just in the chat, Sabina, you just have to do an exclamation mark join and then press enter, and it will send the command and add you to the queue. My specialties. Okay. I don't do love readings, so I guess that's my anti-specialty. I don't typically do love readings. So I will still do them. They're just not my specialty. I can do comfort readings. I can do readings about I guess your path for guidance. As I mentioned, I can do deity readings, particularly if you worship any of the Hellenic gods or the Greek gods. I can read, especially for Hecate. She's my main goddess. But of course, I'm unfamiliar with your own background as well, so I can't really say. Yeah, I'm just saying this just as that's what my specialties are. But I can do general things. Thanks for running that, Sabina. I will get to you when we get to you in the queue, which shouldn't take too long. Yeah, as I said, I'm more than happy to take them, just not my specialty. So you can, if you would like, ask something else that I would probably be more in tune with to be able to a general message that comes through. Alright. We'll do the Dungeons and Dragons deck for you as well. Because I think what I really like about tarot reading is the ability to tell stories in a reading. So put together the story of the reading through the cards. And the Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god, that was really fast. Dungeons and Dragons is all about storytelling. 3 cards just flew out at me for you, Scorpio. Hello, Lay. Thank you so much for popping in and following me. Have a great lecture and hope to see you again in another stream. Thank you, Lay. These are some very beautiful cards for you, Scorpio. We have the Sun, Judgment, and also the Knight of Strength. There are a lot of strong figures in these cards, as you can see. A lot of, yeah, strong soldier types, knight, 2 knights. Technically not a knight, like not in the way of like the card is a knight, but like depictions of knights with swords, with weapons. The Sun is like the card, like the positive card of the tarot deck. So it's a really assuring card that there is happiness that surrounds you. There are good things that can bring you joy. Things that make you feel fulfilled. Things that allow you to embrace passion, essentially. Like the fire on the sword really tells me passion and being ready for something and wielding your happiness or wielding what fulfills you in a way that will really shine like the sun in a way. So, Judgment. Here we see this figure emerging from a doorway that is sort of, there's a guardian, a winged guardian, a golden guardian, possibly a divine guardian that's there. And so I see this form of judgment in this reading. Something along the lines of, you have identified something. There's something you've identified recently between, in a black and white term, like the good and the bad, or like what serves you versus what doesn't serve you. And you are emerging from this, and this is your discernment coming through. Like you are able to discern. You can even see in this judgment card, there's like a little sun on this figure, like on the chest. It's like a little sun symbol. It's like you're wearing the sun. The Knight of Strength is a really nice card, especially with this depiction, because it really shows us that you have taken action to confront something, to overcome something. In a bit of a metaphorical sense, like a monster. So there's a little, it kind of looks like Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. But, you know, Knight of Strength is really great for representing that you have been able to overcome something recently. And it can very much link to my interpretation of judgment, in that you've discerned something and you're wielding what actually serves you, what fulfills you, what makes you happy in order to overcome this. And as I mentioned before, there are some nice words that the guidebook gives us as well about these cards. Let me just take a drink of water first. Alright, yeah. So the guidebook provides us a nice little sentence and also a Dungeons and Dragons-esque line that you might hear from like a dungeon master. So the sun, if I can locate it, me having to remember the order of the major arcana. Returning to the innocence and vitality of childhood. So possibly something that really resonated with you in childhood that you were allowing to bring out, that you're nurturing at this time. This one has a funny caption. So this is what it looks like. There's what I just read out, and then there's a little like Dungeon Master line. Not sure if you are familiar or played Dungeons and Dragons, or even DM for a campaign. It says roll 1d6 plus 6. That is now your age for the next 72 hours. Which is a fun, it's a fun one. Oh, judgment is right next to it. There we go. Oh, okay. I didn't read this before I said that, but it literally says here, our capability to discern what is truly important and to use it to weed the garden of our life, which is what I said. It's about discernment. So that's quite affirming that from here, the imagery I was able to read about discernment. This card here in the guidebook says discernment. So that is a bit of a synchronicity to help affirm that for you. A hill giant is sleeping off a night of drinking. Inside a chainmail pouch on its belt, you can hear someone whispering for help. And then we can go to the Knight of Strength. So that's this one here. Going full out and not looking back, following your gut, doing what it takes to make it happen. The adventurers find a sending stone. On the other end is someone who is in deep trouble and is pleading for help. So two of these cards mention something about someone asking for help. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Or maybe you tend to like jump at the opportunity to help someone. Though recently you've been learning a bit more about your own boundaries and when you may be helping too much or when you may be putting too much of yourself into another situation. But also recognizing that when you do stand up and when you help others and when you take that stand as the figure that wields the swords and the weapon, that those are worthy things that you're doing, good things that make you feel good and that help another person out. Hopefully that resonated with you, Scorpio. Hopefully that was reassuring for what may be happening in your life as well. You are very welcome. If you have any questions, let me know as well. Thank you, Mademoiselle, for following. Thank you for continuing to stick around as well. Hello, Cool Cats Die. I'm just about to move on to Neppy, so feel free to join the queue and I'll be able to get to you soon. I hope you are doing well. Feel free to let me know how you are doing, Cool Cat Die. Neppy 89. If you are still hanging out, yes, amazing. Let me know what you would like a reading on, and I will let you know if I can do it, and then do it. That is the intention. No, don't worry. I don't mind waiting for you to type it out. Let me take a read. So, on your future, trying to finish a bridging course to get into uni but feel drained and not sure if you're doing something wrong. Okay. Hi Vanji! It's very nice to see you. Thank you for joining my stream. If you would like a reading, the command is just up there. !join. You can join the queue. There's about 2 other people in front. So yeah, more than happy to do a reading for you as well. Alright, Neppy. So I see there's something, it's quite, well, it's literally a transitional thing. It's a bridging course. So in that case, I will be reading from Hecate's deck. Because she is a goddess of transitions, the liminal, of basically moments, spaces, experiences that transition and bridge things for us. So I feel as though Hecate will be able to help us give us a message in terms of your situation. You just want to vibe? That's all good, Vanji. If you do change your mind, feel free to pop into the queue. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, that might be why as well. Might be why I was like, oh, maybe Hecate would be a deity to call upon for your situation. So for deity readings, I do like to say a prayer to them first, to basically invoke them and to invite them into my space, and to be intentional about my respect towards them, to basically demonstrate that I really value their wisdom. So for Hecate, I use a translation, I believe it's the Thomas Taylor translation of the author Kim to Hecate. I call to Enodian Hecate, lovely dame, of earthly, watery, and celestial frame. Sepulchral in a saffron veil arrayed, leased with dark ghosts that wander through the shade. Persian unconquerable huntress hail, the world's key-bearer never doomed to fail. On the rough rock to wander thee delights, leader and nurse, be present to our rites. Propitious grant our just desires success, accept our homage, and incense bless. Hecate, I come before you today in truth and reverence to do a reading on behalf of Neppy. They would like a reading in terms of their bridging course that they're currently completing to get into university. And they said that at this time they are feeling drained and not sure if they are doing something wrong. So here we ask for a few cards to come forward, 3 cards to come forward to help us tell the story of this message that you may wish to share with Neppy in terms of their situation. By the way, Neppy, if you have specific pronouns you would like me to use for you, I'm just using they because I'm not sure, then let me know in the chat and I will do that. Sabina, you are next in the queue, so I'm just doing Neppy's reading now, and then you are number 2 now. So you'll be after that, after this reading that I'm doing. She, her? Amazing. Yep. Alright, when you say you are feeling this way, you're not sure if you're doing something wrong, are you already planning like alternate options? Like, are you already planning to do something else? Are you, because we have the 2 of Wands here. I keep showing on the shiny side. The non-shiny side is here. Or at least I think so. Two of Wands typically is about planning and looking, beyond. This figure here is in a castle. He's sort of looking out into the lands, getting a lay of the land to consider what his next steps are. And the Two of Wands typically moves on to the Three of Wands, which is once the figure has stepped out of that zone. Once the figure has stepped out of that zone and is going on to explore the world. Wanted to be an AG teacher, think of different unis. So the cards are very much picking up on this feeling of entrapment, in this sense that you are feeling like you are stuck as well. Agriculture, amazing. Thank you for defining that because I wasn't sure. Hello Lay, welcome back. Thank you for lurking. Yes, so there's a sense of entrapment, but the Eight of Swords, usually with the Eight of Swords, the big thing is the difference between really being trapped and your perception of being trapped, which isn't to say that you're right or wrong about your feelings. It's not like that exact or that simple, but it is saying there is an acknowledgement of these feelings you are experiencing. We also had two cards come out at the same time. We had the Fool and the Moon. So and the Moon came out on top of the Fool. So I'm considering the Moon to be clarifying the Fool. The Fool being about new beginnings, of course, being the start of the Tarot Major Arcana, and the Moon typically representing intuition and things that are hidden. So I don't think it's so much about the fact that you're doing something wrong. It's that you have this eagerness to take that leap of faith because you can't see like what's going to happen. Like, of course, right? Like, you don't see the future. And so this feeling of like not knowing and being in the dark and the future being hidden from you is making you feel like you want to take that leap of faith because it will change something and therefore it might make things better. And I think at the moment there are some limiting or restricting thoughts or perspectives that you may be experiencing, which come from the Eight of Swords, and it's definitely having you consider your options with Two of Wands. There's this idea coming to mind of it's like this concept of we do not embody like negative things that may happen. So things may happen to us, but they are not us. Like, just because something happens to you doesn't mean that is who you are or what you are, is what's coming through. That might be significant for you if you've been having any thoughts about that. I'm going to get a clarifying card for the Eight of Swords. When you say you're thinking of different unis, does that mean you're thinking of like a completely different career path? Does that mean you're thinking of being a different type of teacher? Whenever the High Priestess flies out of this deck, it always means she's here. So Hecate, and always means when I'm reading for other people, Hecate is with you. It's very clear, like big. Because this is her card, the High Priestess. So, like, the card of her in this deck. The fact that it flew out with another card is very affirming. The Eight of Cups. $2 away. Yeah, okay, that's because you can see how the man, you know, he's looking beyond to the path. I feel that definitely both of these cards are very much considering distance. See how they look beyond. They're sort of contemplating this. The fact that this is the Two of Wands and this is the Eight of Cups is indicating to me that this is more of an emotional stake than it is a stake of like the mind, of logic. There are more like emotionals, like this this unsureness that you're experiencing, and this sort of like crossroads, you know, so to say, is very much connected to your emotional center as opposed to a logical or action or mind based. It's more about the feeling of that movement, of this decision, of this change. So she's acknowledging that it's a very emotional thing for you, something that you're finding difficult to put your heart into, even though I feel like you can put your action behind it. If it like there's a statement coming to mind. If only I knew what the right answer was, then I'd be able to commit I'd be able to go all in on it. Which maybe you're thinking that. If only I knew what the right answer was, I'd be able to just go all in. I would just commit to it and I would just do it because I know that one's correct. Yeah. That's what came to mind. Whether she told me or whether that was just my intuition picking that up. I think it was her. I can feel. I always feel like whenever she's here on my back, she's like an overall chill that I feel. Well, let's do something interesting. So I'm gonna pull cards to represent Griffith and to represent USQ, and they will represent sort of, yeah, each one, and you can use the information that comes from this reading to make this decision. Nope. So there's one for Griffith, and we'll do another one for Griffith as well. Oh. Okay, 3 of them came out. Let's do some cards for USQ. Oh, there's one. Okay, maybe you don't. From the cards I'm seeing, maybe the answer will just be here already. Maybe you won't even have to think about it. But I'll walk you through what's coming out, and then you can draw your conclusion. Are you at USQ already? Or no, you said we'll take you 2 hours away. So, or are you not at either already? Just let me know if you're which one you're already at, or if you're not at either, because that can inform how I explain the cards. Okay, I think the cards will speak for themselves, but this is kind of like the answers. Maybe the answer is obvious. It is further. Okay, when we read for Griffith, we get the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. And the 5 of Pentacles typically represents, for one, not being able to see your strengths, but also not being able to, feeling like you're not able to seek help, not able to seek support. The 7 of Cups can be many choices, but this idea of needing to make the right choice, and there is something that's stopping you, like something that is, tainting the choice in a sense, tainting the cup is what I'm hearing. And yeah, it's about making a cautious choice. In the 7 of Swords, I tend to see it in this deck, the 7 of Swords, as not being true to yourself. So you're sort of like trying to be conniving, trying to like go around the borders to be able to fulfill what it is you are looking for yourself. But you're dropping swords, you're wearing this cloak, you're not like out here like the fool, like bounding off cliffs and going on adventures. You're here like stuck with these swords, and you have to carry them because this is what you believe you must do. And I don't mean to like intentionally like put a negative spin on these cards, but if you look at them, like they're not the most thrilling cards, because when we look at USQ, we have the 3 of Pentacles, learning, education, mentorship. 4 of Pentacles, holding on to something, stability. In this sense, I am reading stability. Like I'm seeing this opportunity, pursuing this opportunity will lead. Like it's the 3 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles, and in a sense, we can read the transition between them. In this learning, in this higher learning, in this education, you will reach here. Stability, being able to hold on to and see your tangible efforts. We have Death. It's not a bad card. I'm not sure your familiarity with tarot. I do have to disclaim, Death does not mean a bad thing. It just means that it will require you to make a sacrifice. It will require you to make a change, to release something in order to reach what you desire. Some things don't come without sacrifice. Some things will be uncomfortable. The card here is saying, it's even promising, you're going to be uncomfortable, but this uncomfortability is part of the journey and part of where you're trying to go. And it is part of these higher callings, these higher learnings. So if you see a comparison, Griffith and USQ, there you go. You are very welcome. I'm very honored to be someone that you could trust with your question, and someone who could help read for you. I didn't expect it to come out so obviously, but sometimes the cards surprise us. But I do feel there is a clear preference that you are feeling, and you're just a bit, as anyone would be, nervous, afraid. It's a change you're gonna have to make. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. There you go. Whatever speaks to you, speaks to your soul, speaks to being kind to yourself and generous. But yeah, sounds like USQ will be very good for you, very fulfilling, and I wish you the best in your journey to becoming an agriculture teacher. That's a really cool vocation. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. For now, oh sorry, Nightbot kind of sniped you there. I did not do that. That was the bot. I appreciate your emojis. All right. Sabina, if you are still around, let's do your reading. Pop into the chat your question. Yes, hello Sabina. I know you sent one before, but just in case you changed your mind or anything, write your question in the chat and I will be able to read for you. Thank you for the heart, Neppy. I am happy to have helped. Has Andre still feel... Okay. So, does Andre still have feelings for you after this time of no contact? This feels like a very classic love question, which is completely okay. I can read that for you. I will read from the Rider-Waite. Does Andre still feel have feelings for Sabina after this time of no contact? Oh, there's a card. Okay, I think the deck wants to be obvious to me because I don't usually read love stuff. Two of Cups. It would be remiss of me, if that's the right word to use, to not say that yes, this person probably still does have feelings for you, considering the Two of Cups is the card of connection and tends to represent, you know, even after the lovers, relationship and connection. Surprised how obvious the card was to your question. But it does look like Andre still has feelings for you after this time of no contacts. If you have a follow-up question, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll be moving on. Just let me know, Sabina. Since your question was quite quick to answer. Will Andre try to contact you? We have the Five of Swords for if he will try to contact you. To me, that is a no. Particularly because I think he's a bit guarded. Seems like he's trying to keep boundaries. It feels like he's the kind of person that he says like, oh, I don't want to get too close because I don't want to hurt you, or I don't want you to get close to me because I don't want to hurt you. Welcome in, Moose. Kanako Pum Pum, I believe that's how I pronounce your username. Welcome to the stream, and I'll get to your reading soon enough. We have a couple people in the queue before you. But yeah, Sabina, it looks like he is not going to, because it looks like he wants to keep some boundaries. He wants to keep this idea of keeping himself and others safe in not engaging despite any feelings that may be going on there. I'm sorry to hear that he left. You're welcome, Sabina. Thank you for your patience. You were very patient, and I appreciate that. And thank you for popping into the stream as well. Feel free to stick around. And yeah, I will be moving on to the next person in the queue. So, Mademoiselle or Crab? I did see Scorpio refer to you as Crab. I'll keep calling you Mademoiselle because that seems a bit more seems a bit respectful. How's Tamara doing? Tamara is an earthbound soul who shows up in banshee form. Crab. Alright, I will refer to you as Crab then. I will read from my Angel Tarot deck. So this one here. This feels like the deck to read for your reading. While I do have Angel based decks, they aren't necessarily associated with any particular religion or denomination. I do read them just as they are, even with mentions of God. I just, they're there, neither good nor bad. So yeah, that's just a disclaimer. Alright, I'm just shuffling the deck here for you. Also just because I love angels. If there is a spirit or kind of spirit that I work with and don't necessarily worship but do venerate and work with, it's angels. Alright. I would like to ask how Tamara is doing. How is Tamara? There's one. Yep, there's two. There's card number 3. Let's have a look. These are all quite positive cards. We have this card, the Four of Swords, represented by Haha Hell. Says mission protects against slander and impious people. We also have the Empress, Mihail, which reads fertility and fruitfulness. Assures peace between married couples. Ah, sense. Is that like in a negative sense? They tried to send. It shouldn't need your address. If you're paying, if it's through PayPal, try the drop down, and try to see if there's an option that says no address needed, because that just might be PayPal doing it. Might be asking because of billing address, or like they assume like there's a product, so there needs to be a delivery address. But that's not because I'm asking for it. I don't need your address for any reason. Yep. Yep. 8 of Pentacles, which is Lekabel. Intellectual talent provides knowledge. you offended some people. Yeah, when I saw the Empress card, and this is a Shaw's piece between married couples, I'm not sure if you're married or anything, but there was a sense of like, in my mind, it came into mind, like guardianship, and not necessarily whether or not, like, I don't know if you're married or not, but whether or not you are married, it was this idea of, oh, this soul, this spirit looks after you. So that already came to mind. But yeah, it does, like, in your question of how she's doing, seems like she's doing pretty well for herself. I mean, Four of Swords, resting, relaxing, contemplating. The Empress, you know. I'm getting this sense of like, she's really like herself. She's like really like in her vibe, really in, yeah, really just like herself. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. Like, she's really her. She's doing good. And Eight of Pentacles, you know, working away at her things. Intellectual talent provides knowledge. Very much like in development, but also like pretty, like not like very early, quite far into some sort of development that she's working on. And in that sense, able to pass on something. Maybe there's something that she wants to tell you or teach you or let you know about, something that she's learnt. I heard her giggle. Oh, that's nice. That's quite a nice story that she, you know, it's quite ironic that she came across you in that way. And yeah, protects against slander and impious people is quite on the nose, isn't it? Neppy, let me know if you worked that out with Kofi. I think you did actually. My goal changed. I didn't notice. Oh, thank you so much, Neppy. It's really kind of you. And really generous. I really appreciate that. You are very welcome, Crab. I hope it was a good reading. It was just this huge energy of like, she knows what she's doing, she knows where she is, she's taking up her space, she's taking up like her energy, she knows what's hers. Quite nice. And yeah, you're very welcome. Nappy, if there's another reading you'd like as well, let me know. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do it now because there's 2 other people and I do need to sleep for work tomorrow because of time zones, but you can even just message me on Ko-fi as well if you'd like, even not now, like even if you don't have anything right now you'd like a reading on, but in the future just let me know, and I can do a reading for you because of your donation. It was very kind of you. Well, actually I could do it now because technically you donated, which means you skipped the queue, so I could do a reading for you now if there is something else you wanted. I guess I'm just flustered about the fact that I did get a donation. So yeah, if there is something you would like read, let me know, because by the rules that I have set, you get a reading prioritized. You get to skip the queue. Yeah, let me know. I'll just wait in case you're typing. I really appreciate that. it was very generous of you, and I'm really honored to be able to helped you with clarity. So thank you. Yes, Vanji, I can do that for you. Thank you, Neppy. That's very kind of you. If you pop in again in another stream and you're around and if you jump into the queue, I will just put you right up to the top, because I won't like stop in the middle of the reading I'm already doing. Like, you'd be next in line is what I mean. Yeah, so if you pop in next time, I'll do a reading for you. I know you said like the donation was for like the reading I had already done, and you were happy to pay again in the future, but still. Anyway, Vanji, you want some guidance on your transition to vet school and any advice you should know. It's time to get the Ethereal Visions deck out, because we're going to be reading with Hecate. I'm also just going to pause the queue. So the queue is closed for now, because I'll do these last two readings with Vanji and Moose afterwards, and then I will finish the stream up then. But for now, let's do a reading. So, beloved Hecate, I come before you in truth and reverence as a messenger on behalf of Vanji. Vanji would like to inquire about some guidance for their transition to vet school. Is there any advice that Vanji should keep in mind for this transition? We have one card. Let's get two more for you. Oh, okay, that one was flying out. And another one flew out. We have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Wands. As soon as I drew the Three of Cups, what came to mind is that your connections will be important, but also, this is what she's saying. She's saying, your connections will be important, but it's not about how many connections you have. It's not about a wide spread of connections. It's about being selective. It's about being discerning. Because the difference between the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups can very well be how widely you cast your net. That is what she's saying. She's saying there is going to be value in the quality you seek in your friendships and connections at vet school. There may be people who will not have your best interests in mind, whether or not they intend it. There will be people who may make assumptions about you based on things that they've just seen, but not on the truth of who you are and what you are. And it's just a note of caution and a reminder. You don't need a wide circle to support you in this time. There will be at least two other people who will be quite close to you, who will be able to support you through your schooling. And they're not people you already know, people who you will meet there at the school, and they'll be like on the same level as you. Four of Wands is just a reminder that this is where you're meant to be. This is what your heart is wanting, what your heart is telling you you should do. A celebration of your path. It's a great reassurance. I love the Four of Wands. I've been getting that recently myself quite a number of times this past week. So I'm anticipating that something is going to happen that will be worth celebrating. But this is saying you are worth celebrating. Your achievements are worth celebrating. And when you enter this, when you transition to this new point into vet school, that is worth celebrating. And there will be people to celebrate with. And it will be a good time. You should expect it will be a good time. She's also letting me know to give you an oracle card. So let me get you an oracle card. That's alright, Crab. Thank you very much. I'll be heading off probably within the next half an hour or less, right after I get Moose's reading done and right after I finish up Vanjie's reading, since I do have work tomorrow and it is late for me. I appreciate you lurking. Thank you. But yeah, Vanjie, let me know if you have any thoughts about that reading in regards to your transition to vet school. Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, oh, it's very much saying, it's very much focusing on friendship, very much focusing on your worries about connection. You will find connection. This is like bam, 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 bam in your face. There are gonna be people. It's gonna feel good. You're gonna be in a group. It's gonna be fun. You'll be on the same level. You'll be aiming for the same things. You'll have very similar values. Hecate gives you number 45, Perseus. Perseus is the Titan of Destruction and is said to be Hecate's father. He may embody or Hecate may inherit some of her more destructive qualities from her father. She is saying these mindsets you're experiencing, these thoughts, these restraining thoughts or limiting thoughts, crash through them, destroy them, maybe in a more poetic sense than that. But maybe it's just about, these thoughts aren't serving you now. Be assured. Get slapped in the face with the Three of Cups. Because you're going to find your people. You're going to find your place. Four of Wands, you're going to find your place. Don't allow limiting beliefs to stand in your way. There's this thought coming through. It's like you are a warrior. And it's like in your very own way. It's not like, oh, I'm not a warrior because I don't look like this or I'm not this. It's, well, you are. That's you. You will find the tools. Yeah, I understand. A restart is a lot. And as you said, new state, new slate. New state, new slate. It's a new experience, new environment, new people. It's very understandable to be worried. But you should know that Hecate is definitely seeing a lot of potential here for you to find your people and your place. So, if anything, there's that to remember. And the Seven of Cups can also be about what you're focusing on, considering which parts you're looking at, which parts you're not, in either extreme, whether you're looking too much on the good and too much on the bad. Because it does come between the other two. But I hope that resonated with you, Vanjie, and I hope that may have assisted, maybe provided some clarity on your situation, because it's like an arrow, a drawn back arrow, pew right into you. Like, it really just said, you'll make friends, don't worry. You're welcome, Vanjie. Thank you for asking. I like doing readings. It, makes the stream engaging if I'm actually doing readings, so I appreciate you coming in, supporting me, and also asking for a reading. Yeah, she's really saying, like, you have to destroy that mindset. You have to, like, get rid of it, because it's not true. It doesn't reflect the truth. It doesn't reflect what's actually going to happen. Hi, Sizer, welcome back. I've done a lot of readings while you were gone that I'm very happy about, and that I helped people out, which was nice. And I'm probably going to be here for another, like, 15 minutes or so before I need to sleep, because I do have work tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, Moose, can you get advice for April? Yes, I am more than happy to give you advice for April. I am going to pull some cards from the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck for you, as that is the deck I am feeling is going to benefit your reading. How was gymming, Sizer? Did you get some gains? Did you gain some gains? Alright, Moose, I'm just shuffling the cards for you now. First time back in a while. I hope you stretched, because it was the first time back in a while. Then I don't want you to be sore tomorrow because you didn't stretch or anything. Oh, that was quick. Got 2 cards already for you, Moose. Let's get one more for you for some advice for April. Alright, Moose, we have for you the Page of Intelligence, and also Free of Intelligence, 5 of Strength, there's something new here. It's like this sense of, like, renewal. Maybe this month for you has been a bit tricky for you. It's felt a bit like something's been going and going, and, like, it's kind of, I'm imagining like water. It's like water has been, like, seeping into the ground, but, like, not showing something for it, and it can be really, like, could be demotivating for you. Could feel like, you've lost something this month. But I am pleased to say that's looking like for April, it will look like there is something to gain, and it will be very much like a manifestation of your work. The Page of Intelligence. So pages are always, again, not always, are often about a step, a plan, an idea. The Ace is like right at the start, the potential for a new path, whereas the Page is like, you were going to be on the path. You are at the very beginning of the path, but you were on that path. And there are ideas coming through, there are some thoughts. I'm not sure, do you do like something with like crafts or arts or something creative? Something where you have an idea and then you can execute it, and it's not like work. It's something you like to do. because I'm seeing poetry. Yeah. You can see here as well. Looks like a bit of a scroll down here in the page of intelligence. I'm seeing here that there are projects for you in April that will be quite fulfilling, that will fill up this, as I said with the water metaphor, like fill up the water of what you're doing. And yeah, it is like a new project of craft, something you can put, you can like tinker around with, something that you can experiment with, something that will allow you to see something coming together and see an end product. In a sense, it's tangible. So poetry makes sense, like it's tangible, it's words on a page. And let's also take a look at the guidebook, because for this deck in particular, it has quite nice writing in the guidebook. It gives us a little line and a little like it's like as if a dungeon master is like telling you in a campaign. I'm not sure if you play Dungeons and Dragons, but I'll read it out to you. So Page of Intelligence says, discovering new ways to of communicating your ideas and putting them into action. So yeah, you're planning things, you're discovering. Communicating your ideas, poetry, makes sense. And the little caption says, a wizard wants you to find her some rare spell components. So it is looking like this poetry will be a good path for you to focus on. And in a sense, with this 3 of intelligence, you have been hurt in some way before. In some way you have felt a bit, like, what's the word? It's like, I feel like it starts with S. And it's not sparse. It's like, it's to do with water. It's like, there's lack of water, lack of hydration. When you're like thirsty, when like your mouth is dry, it's that feeling. But this card is very reassuring because we can see the woman here reaching into the ground and putting some energy into it. And you know, you see her hair, it's quite, you know, dry. There's no leaves on the branches, and I'm not sure if it picks up in the camera, but she is quite upset. There's like a tear rolling down her eye. But still, she is putting her hand into the earth and she is creating something from it. So this is some reassurance to you. You too, in April, will be able to make something. Will be able to put your hand into the earth and you'll be able to draw something out of it and create something beautiful out of it as well. It's this idea of not all hope is lost. Don't feel hopeless. Don't feel like there's nothing left. There is very great potential for you here, creatively. Sedentary? I don't think it's sedentary. It's like, oh, maybe it didn't start with S. I think it was like parched. Maybe it was parched. You're feeling parched. I don't know why I thought S. I thought it was like sparched or something. You resonate with the card. Okay, that's good. Oh. Not great for the situation, but like it's good in that it's hopeful for you. You're feeling parched, but you still have something within you that will be able to create something. Oh, let me read the guidebook as well for this one. So I'm reading from here. Finding a way to heal and learn from anxiety and emotional pain. A weeping dryad asks you to save her forest from destruction at the hands of orcs. So there's definitely a lot of healing for you here. A lot of realizing that you still have it within you. You still have it in you. You still got it, you know? You still got it. You can do this. And then we have the 5 of Strength. Five of Strength. It's like, I feel like this is going to be closer to the end of April. There's going to be a bigger project, like a more substantial project that you'll be working on. And it might be alongside some other people, it might be within a community. It's something that's, it's this idea of like, what I'm hearing is, this is something I've always wanted to do. Now I can finally do it. or like, this is something I've always wanted to do. I finally have the resources for it. I finally have the support for it. I finally have the foundations. I'm feeling like a sense of relief. There's like this relief of being able to complete something. Maybe if you have any like you have these feelings and ideas of like, or maybe you find it hard to like complete projects, or you find it hard to commit to something. I'm not sure, like this is me like assuming. It's like, because this feeling that I'm getting from this card is, wow, this is something I've made. Like, here it is. I've put into it. It's complete. And yeah, let me take a look at the guidebook as well. Oh, that's really nice, Vanjie. I'm really glad that you're able to get some learnings from how I'm using the deck. It's a very fun deck. I find it's very interesting because it's like tarot in the sense where it really relies on symbolism and theming, but it's also not a replica of the Rider-Waite tarot, and the suits are different. So it's kind of like a mix of like oracle reading and tarot reading, where you read symbolism and you look for symbolism, but not in the same way as you would, like in a very similar way you would with tarot, I guess. Or maybe I just have a way of reading that is just interesting. But yeah, it's been fun for me as well, reading from different decks and like seeing the variety of kind of, like maybe if I watch back my VOD, it's like I can see the different vibe that each deck comes through with. But I'm glad it gets you inspired. That's very sweet. Alright, 5 of Strength for you, Moose. It says, being focused totally on being in the moment to work together effectively, letting go of competition. Okay, maybe you have an issue with, sorry, not an issue, I shouldn't say that. Maybe there is something about comparison. You often like look in comparison, and so comparison stops you from being able to complete something. The extra caption says, a travelling circus's giant spider has died, leaving its owner distraught. Can you get him some giant spider eggs for him to hatch? Okay, that's interesting. I'm afraid of spiders, so okay. Anyway, that's alright. Letting go of competition, being able to focus solely on something. So rather than seeing yourself as lesser, rather than seeing yourself as not worthy, rather than seeing yourself as someone who isn't able to do what you want to do, you will be able to. You will, as I said before, you will say to yourself, this is something I've always wanted to do, now I can do it, now I will do it. But yeah. There's your cards again, Page of Intelligence, 3 of Intelligence, and the 5 of Strength. That is your advice for April, that is your guidance for April and what you may be expecting ahead, Moose, and I hope that resonates with you. You are welcome. Thank you so much for following as well. I think I forgot to set up the what's it called? Alerts. I set it up on a different screen for like writing stream. So actually I can show you guys. Oh, where's my camera? Let me turn it on. I have like this other view here that's for like writing. So when I want to do streams for like working on my book of hymns and prayers for Hecate, and I set up alerts for this one, but I didn't set up alerts for the other one. But I can do that now. Maybe. Pink alien thing. Vivi? Maybe? Maybe I'm misremembering. Can I test the widget while I'm streaming? Oh yeah, I can. There's no Kevin here, it's just saying that. Okay, cool. Alert box setup. Is that you, Vivi? I think it's... maybe... No, that's okay. I remember your username from somewhere. thank you for joining. I am about to finish up because I do need to sleep. I have work tomorrow, but thank you so much for joining. And thank you for following as well. I don't know what my schedule is going to be for streaming, but hopefully you can pop in another time as well and I can do a reading for you, since I just finished up with Moose. And so the queue is all finished. Thank you for hopping in, thank you for following. Thank you everyone for joining. I will be finishing up now as we've gone through the queue. I really appreciate all of your time, appreciate you popping in and supporting me. Also appreciate the ability and privilege to be able to do readings for you. So yeah, I hope whatever time zone you are in, you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, a good sleep, a good day. And I will see you next time when I stream again and we can do some more readings together. Oh, and feel free to like connect with me on other platforms. So I got my Tumblr there, my TikTok there. If you're not already in the Discord server, Neppy, I have a Discord server. I don't know if you're on Discord, but I have one about Hecate. If you run like the Discord command, if you want, or it's in my like about tab. Feel free. Thank you, Vanjie. Thank you, Neppy. I hope work goes well too. Actually, now that you're saying that, work will go well. We're manifesting it. It's going to go well. Oh, great. You're already on there. That's amazing. Neptune. I remember seeing your profile picture because it was a planet. Unless you've changed it. But I'm excited for the event as well. I'm excited for all of you to join. Or not all of you, but like those of you who will be joining to join the celebration. Oh, that makes sense. Neppy is like Neptune. Also, sorry if that just flashbanged you. I was looking at my browser. Alright. Good night, everyone. And I'm also excited for Kledu Sagoyi. I will see you next time.